Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome to your English lesson for today. Now, in today's lesson, you are going to be learning about different ways to travel, different transport. Now, the resources that you need for today's lesson are your pupils book, page 102 to 104, and your activity book for the homework pages, page 84 to page 85. These are the words that you are going to learn in today's lesson. Transport, travel, train, bus, car, and ship. These are different ways that you can travel. Now, for example, how do you travel to school in the mornings? Some learners come by car and some learners come by bus. That is your means of transportation. That is how you come to school. Now, in the lesson, you are going to identify different forms of transport, like the car and the bus, and we are going to discuss where each form of transport can be used. Now, over here, there is going to be a video link that you are going to be watching right now. This is a form, your assessment form, that you will complete at the end of the lesson so that I can see how much you understand from today's lesson. Now, this is your homework that needs to be completed. It is in your activity book on page 84 to page 85. This is page 84. You will just need to complete these words. Make sure that they are written correctly. And this is page 85. Now, these are some fun games that you will get to play, and all of them are about transportation. So have a lot of fun. These are your optional activity sheets. Now, optional means that you can do it if you have extra time. But if you don't have extra time, that's completely fine. You don't have to do it. Now, these are your school resources, page 102 to 104 in your learner's book. And this is, can you see the little CD over here? Yes, it means that you need to listen to an audio recording. Now, this is the audio recording, so if you play it.
Track 70.
There we go. It says track 70. And you will need to listen to it to understand all of the work from page 102 to 104.
Track 70.
Now let us get started with the presentation. Transport. We all use very different modes of transport around the world. So depending on where you are in the world, your transport will be different. Can you name a few modes of transport now? You can write them down if you want. Remember, you can always pause this video and play it again when you are done. Amazing, yes! We have cars, we have buses, there are bicycles, there are planes. There are so many different modes of transport that will help us get around from place to place. Some modes of transport have changed a lot over time. Like, what has changed a lot over time? That's right, cars have changed a lot. And so have planes. Yes, amazing. And some have not. Like a bicycle, that's right. Now, can you explain why? Amazing, because it worked just as well then as it does now. Now, this is Alaska. Now, Alaska is very snowy. Knowing this, can you think of different ways that people might travel? So, Alaska, is it the same as the UAE? No, the UAE has, that's right, it has a lot of sand. Now, Alaska has a lot of snow, which means that their form of transport might be different. There we go. They use sled dogs. Now, this is basically the sled which people can sit on, and they are dogs that pull the sled along. How cool is that? This is called a skidoo. People can sit on it, but it looks very similar to something that we have in the UAE. Do you know what it is? Can you name it? That's right. We have different things. We have the 4x4s and we have motorbikes, but it has 4 wheels and we can go onto the sand and onto the dunes. But in Alaska, because they have a lot of snow, can you see the wheels are a lot smaller and there are sleds in the front that help the vehicle move along the snow. Now in San Francisco is in North America. Trams are a popular mode of transport in San Francisco, as there are a lot of hills in the city. So because there are a lot of hills that go around the city, they use trams. Now a tram looks similar to something else. That's right, it looks like a train. Amazing work. Now this is a tram. It is smaller than a train and people can stand on it and it's easy to go up the hills. This is Venice. Now I don't know if you noticed, but in the previous city, in San Francisco, they use a tram. Now a tram, do you think it's man-powered vehicle or a motor-powered vehicle? Yes, that's right, a motor-powered vehicle, just like a car. It has a motor in it that helps it to move because there isn't a person pushing it around. Now in Venice is a city in Italy. People often travel on the rivers in long, narrow boats called gondolas. So these are little gondolas and people sit in them. They are long boats. Now, if you look at the boats, are they motor powered or people powered? Are they powered by a person? That's right, by a person. Can you see the person is moving the boat around? There is no motor. Amazing work. Now the Maldives. The Maldives are a large group of tiny islands in the Indian Ocean. So these are small islands in the middle of the ocean. And in order to get around the Maldives, you will need a boat. Now, boats are commonly used to get from one island to another. Now, do you think they can use a car to get from one island to the other? No, because the car will sink. Amazing. Yes, they will need to use a boat. Now, they could use a plane, but it's such a short distance that a boat will be just fine. And it can go in the water. Now, the difference between this boat and the boat in Venice. The boat in Venice, there was a person moving it around. Now, for this boat, can you see the motor? Yes, they use this to move around. So this boat is motor powered. The Maldives also have seaplanes. Seaplanes are used for a faster way to travel. Seaplanes can hold up to 15 people. They can take off from and land on the surface of the water. So if you would like to see a video about seaplanes, you can always look it up on YouTube. Now a seaplane takes off from the water and it lands in the water. Is it the same as the planes in the UAE or is it different? That's right, it's different because the planes here at the airports in the UAE take off from land and they land on land as well. Whereas this plane, a seaplane, takes off from the water, and it lands in water. Now Thailand. Bangkok is the capital city of Thailand. Tuk-tuks work in a similar way to taxis. Some people choose to travel in them as they are smallest and easier to move around. So this is a tuk-tuk. It's like a taxi, but it is much smaller and it can move around a lot faster because it can move between cars. So what is different from the taxis here in the UAE and the taxis in Thailand? That's right. In the UAE, there are doors that close. In Thailand, can you see it is open? Amazing. And the cars in the UAE are bigger, whereas the tuk-tuks are a lot smaller. And what else is different? Amazing, that's right. The tuk-tuks have 3 wheels, while the cars in the UAE all have 4 wheels. Amazing work. Now here are some transport questions. Which types of transport look the most fun? Amazing, yes. Now my favorite would be the seaplane because it looks very exciting. I wonder how you get in. Now if you would like to find out, you can always look for a video on YouTube. And which ones are better for the environment? Now, which ones are better for the world that we live in? The ones that are motor powered or the ones that are people powered? That's right, the ones that are people powered because it doesn't use a lot of gas. Good job. How would you like to travel? By rocket? By racing car? Ooh, this would move really fast. By horse and carriage? By helicopter? By tractor? By pirate ship? By double-decker bus? So this is a bus that has 2 stories. By limousine, which is a long car. By steam train? Or by train? Or by freight ship? There's also a cruise ship. Now a freight ship carries big materials that are shipped from one place to another. Cruise ships carry people. And then there's a unicycle, which is like a bicycle, but it only has 1 wheel. How would you like to travel around? I think the funniest way would be by unicycle. What do you think? Or would you like to just invent a new way of traveling? Now, if you would, you can draw your new way of traveling and you can take a picture of it if you would like. Now, learners, in order to understand the lesson a little better, you can watch any of these YouTube videos, but remember, they are optional, which means that you can watch it if you have extra time, but if you do not, then that is fine. But also remember that if the videos have music in it, music is haram. However, it is only used for educational purposes only. Now I hope you enjoyed today's lesson and I hope you are thinking really hard about what's your favorite form of transport or if you could invent one type of transport. Now thank you for joining today's lesson. I am so proud of all of you. Assalamu alaikum.